women must always be included in the halls where decisions are made, especially when those decisions affect women's lives. Therefore, we are talking about education for girls. We are talking about justice for women who are still seeking justice. We are talking about support. We in the Philippines do better. We are the best performers in this regard in Asia. But there's still much that we can do. And despite the fact that we define the Philippines as essentially a matriarchal society, that only means that we have a great respect for our women.
Sa seremonyang ginanap nitong Martes sa Malacanang Palace, pinangunahan ng Pangulo ang oath-taking ng mga opisyal ng Association of Women Legislators Foundation Incorporated para sa 20th Congress. Dito ay hinamon niya ang mga mambabatas na kababaihan na higit pang palakasin ang kanilang representasyon sa gobyerno. Bagamat umakyat ang ranggo ng Pilipinas sa Global Gender Parity mula ika-25 noong 2024 patungong ika-20 noong 2025, nabahala ang Pangulo sa pagbaba ng porsyento ng mga kababaihan sa Kongreso at sa hanin ng mga manggagawa. Dahil dito, ipinangako ni Marcos ang patuloy na suporta ng administrasyon sa mga programang pangkabuhayan at proteksyon para sa mga biktima ng karahasan laban sa kababaihan.
Women must always be included in the halls where decisions are made, especially when those decisions affect women's lives.
Tiniyak din ng Pangulo na mananatili siyang kakampi ng mga kababaihan sa pagbuo ng isang bagong Pilipinas na mas makatarungan at puno ng pagkakataon para sa lahat. Ang pahayag na ito ay pagpapatuloy ng naging sentro ng talumpati ni Marcos noong 70th session ng Commission on the Status of Women sa UN headquarters sa New York, kung saan iginiit din niya ang proteksyon at kapangyarihan ng mga kababaihan. Pero sa programang Sa Totoo Lang, nauna ng pinunan ng political strategist na sa Professor Malutiquilla ang anyay kontradiksyon sa mga naging pahayag ng Pangulo sa New York at sa aktual na pagtrato sa sarili nitong Vice Presidente na si Vice President Sara Duterte.
Sa totoo lang, sino ba ang tinitirang babae? Oo. Diba? Doon tayo pumunta kasi yung lahat ng binigkas doon sa speech niya, napakaganda. Siyempre, delivered like, Marcos, no? Pero pag tiningnan mo, yung finact-check mo, sinong inaapi? Sino ang hindi kinukonsulta? Sino ang... babae ho yun, yung vice-presidente niya. So, sa totoo lang,
Sa kabila nito, iginit ni Marcos sa kanyang talumpati sa palasyo na ang kanyang advokasya ay dala ng kanyang personal na kasaysayan sa pagiging napapaligiran ng mga malalakas na babae sa kanyang buhay.
Certainly, as you all know, my history, I'm surrounded by very, very strong women, and I am very lucky for it. Thank you very much. Well, first of all, allow me to greet again, as I refer to you, the former tenant of Malacanang Palace and Pampanga 2nd District Representative Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, the honorable members of the House of Representatives, the Association of Women Legislators Foundation, Inc., and the founder and co-president of this organization, Representative Gina de Venecia. The co-president is Representative Lidabel Ruth Villarica, and the newly elected officers of the Association of Women's Legislators Foundation, Inc. of the 20th Congress, all my fellow workers in government, distinguished guests, hindi na ladies and gentlemen, ladies. Good morning, and once again, welcome to Malacanang Palace. I have to admit this. It is very unusual for me to have this audience where I am the only thorn among the roses. It's a very pleasant sensation, I must say. So before anything else, allow me to congratulate the newly elected officers of the Association of Women Legislators Foundation, Inc., or the AWLFI, of the 20th Congress. Your election reflects, once again, your confidence in your colleagues and the faith placed that they have placed in your leadership. It marks the continuation of a mission that has long strengthened the voice of Filipino women in our democratic institutions. Since its establishment, the AWLFI has served as the collective voice and conscience of women legislators in the House of Representatives. You have rooted it in the commitment to gender equality and women empowerment. And your organization brings together female leaders across all political affiliations. That's a very important point. Here, advocacy has risen above partisanship. It becomes a space where collaboration flourishes, shared values guide action, and meaningful solutions emerge for the benefit of our people. Through your work, women and the youth gain support to develop their potential, pursue their dreams, and contribute meaningfully to society. The work before you continues to be vital and important, as it always has been. Because in the Philippines, women do still remain underrepresented in governance. As of January this year, our country ranked 86th in the world in terms of percentage of women serving in national parliaments. That is a decline from our 82nd ranking in December of 2022. Women's participation also in the labor force also is facing a challenge. As of January of this year, 50.7% of women were part of the labor force, compared with almost 74% of men. These realities remind us that empowering women requires sustained action, from expanding opportunities in education and employment to ensuring greater representation in leadership and in governance. With this in mind, this administration has vowed to broaden opportunities for women, ensuring that you are heard, that you're respected, and that you are empowered in society. Parallel with this, we continue to intensify the implementation of programs for victims of violence against women and children. This administration is also promoting programs that advance the welfare and empowerment of Filipino women. Through the Sustainable Livelihood Program of the DSWD, women receive capital assistance, skills training, and employment facilitation. Mahalaga ang programang ito upang matuto ang ating kababaihan na magsimula ng negosyo, makahanap ng trabaho, at magkaroon ng sariling kakayahan para kumita. The Kapit Bisig Laban sa Kahirapan Comprehensive and Integrated Delivery of Social Services, or Kalahi SIDS, empowers communities to gain better access to government and take part in decisions and anti-poverty programs that affect their development. Sa programang ito, nagkakaroon ang mga Pilipino ng pagkakataon na makiisa sa lokal na pamahalaan sa pagpaplano at pagpapatupad ng mga programa na magpapagaan sa kanilang pamumuhay na araw-araw. Through the Pag-abot program, we provide assistance to vulnerable and disadvantaged women who find themselves in street situation. Tinutulungan nito ang ating kababaihan na makabalik ng ligtas sa kanilang pinanggalingan. Para naman sa mga nangangailangan, maaari silang pansamantalang tumira sa ating mga residential facilities. Our collective efforts to advance the rights and welfare of women are contributing to crucial progress. According to the Global Gap Report of the World Economic Forum, the Philippines improved its standing in gender parity from ranking 25th globally in 2024, and we are now 20th in 2025. And the efforts of the AWLFI continue to reinforce our nation's commitment to gender equality and social protection. Through your advocacy for laws that safeguard women and children and your initiatives such as the annual All-Women Session, you highlight the indispensable role of women in nation building. Kaya't sa mga bagong opisyal ng AWLFI, pagpatuloy po ninyo ang pagbibigay lakas sa ating mga kababaihan. Mga ina, mga manggagawa, guro, leader, at mga batang babae na nangangarap ng mas maliwanag na kinabukasan. Kasama rin dito ang ating mga kababayan sa ibayong dagat na nagsusumikap para sa kanilang mga pamilya, para sa ating bayan. carry forward the values that define true public service, excellence, integrity, and enduring passion. Because for too many women and girls, the promise of opportunity remains distant. They are silenced by poverty, by violence, by traditions that deny women their rightful place. Yet we know this truth, that when women have a chance to learn, to work, and to lead, she does not rise alone because she lifts with her her family, her community, and that way, her nation. So sama-sama natin pagkilos na itatag natin ang isang Pilipinas na mas makatarungan, na mas maunlad, at mas puno ng pag-asa para sa susunod na henerasyon. And to put it very simply, and this is the way I encapsulated it when I spoke in the United Nations for the women's community, it's really quite simple. Women must always be included in the halls where decisions are made, especially when those decisions affect women's lives. Therefore, we are talking about education for girls. We are talking about justice for women who are still seeking justice. We are talking about support. We in the Philippines do better. We are the best performers in this regard in Asia. But there's still much that we can do. And despite the fact that we define the Philippines as essentially a matriarchal society, that only means that we have a great respect for our women. But maybe society needs to be structured even better so that women have a greater part in the decisions that determine the lives and the careers and the future of all women. So let us work together. Will have me as your ally. I have in my life, certainly, as you all know, my history, I'm surrounded by very, very strong women, and I am very lucky for it. So, let us continue to encourage that continuing aspect of Filipino life and Filipino culture. Maraming salamat. Congratulations sa inyo lahat. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.